Hi. I'm Paul Campbell. What's going to happen, right? I'm going to tell you a joke to draw you all in, then I'm going to talk about my issues. So here's a joke, right? It's more of an anecdote taken from my life. So, when I was at school, right, I was viewed as the weird kid. Right? And I never thought of myself as attractive. But my nickname was Stallion. True, yeah. Because I ate grass. Oh, it's weird. Basically, right, so on to my issues. I'm worried about where I'm going in life because I'm 38 and I'm living with my mum still. Can I just have a quick tip from anyone who's 38 and living with the mum? So anyway. Right, guys, I do know that I'm lagging behind in life. Because I think as a rule, your mum shouldn't be making you pack lunch when you've got grey eyebrows. And you know what? I've been thinking about why I'm in this situation. And one of the things is, right, you know what really annoys me? What really chafes my nipples is talking to people. Right, no it is though, because I'm no good at it, yeah? Like in day-to-day life I'm rubbish at it, and right, looking back, I always wanted to do a job where I wouldn't have to talk to anyone. Like, I remember the careers advisor coming into school and she was like, so Paul, what do you want to do with your life? And I was like, oh, I want to write for Coronation Street. And she said, oh, that's such a tough industry to break into, have you got a backup plan? And I was like, yeah, Emmerdale. But like, right, I've recognised something about myself. Things aren't too bad for me. I don't feel too bad about my situation. I'm living with my mum still, till I go out of the house. But like, even then, right, sometimes I think I'm doing all right, and then I realise I'm not. So like the other day I was in Sainsbury's with my mum, and I saw this guy who I went to school with, and he was with his mum, and he was pushing the trolley. And I suddenly remembered that this man is 2 years older than me, and he's living with his mum still. Right, for a minute I was so happy. I thought, wow, I'm not the biggest loser in the world after all. But then I thought, well, his mum lets him push the trolley. Also, another thing I love, right, is when people mistake me for being more of a grown-up than I actually am. Like, so the other day I was in Londis with my niece, who's 3, and we were at the checkout, and the woman at the checkout, right, she looked at me, and she looked at my niece, and she said to my niece, oh, have you had a nice day with your dad? I love that so much. Well, right, because in that woman's head, she was thinking that I'd lived a life. She probably thought like I had a wife, a mortgage, a good job, like a young Campbell. And so after that, I just kept trying to find excuses to go to Londis with my niece. And we did go again. We did, and next time we were there, right, we were at the checkout, but it was a different woman serving this time. But she looked at me, she looked at my niece, and she said to my niece, do you know this man? And my niece said no. Guys, I've got a tip for you. If you're ever in that situation, and your 3-year-old niece is telling a shop assistant that she doesn't know yet, do not do what I did. Don't panic, pick her up and run out the store. Don't do it, guys. If anything, it makes it look more suspicious. But like I've got some good news about myself, and I've become less self-conscious. I have, right? I tried so hard, but I realised, like, if you stop just being a people pleaser and saying what you think the person you're talking to wants to hear, it can get you into so much trouble, right? And it got me into trouble. So, right, starts with a job interview. So I had a job interview for the Odeon Cinema in Manchester. But now, I'm bad at job interviews, so I was so nervous. And I was giving myself, like, a pep talk. I was like, come on, Paul, you can do this. Be interesting, be funny. Get that banter fizzing like Fanta. It didn't help. But the first question they asked was, what's your favourite film? Now, me being me, I overthought it. I thought, I've got to say something that's interesting and edgy and quirky. And I panicked, right? And I said my favourite film was Predator. But the biggest shock of the lot is I got the job. But I didn't realise that when you work for the Odeon Cinema in Manchester, on your name badge, your name underneath your favourite film. Guys, right, you try showing a group of school kids to Screen 5 when you've got a badge that says Paul Predator. And the worst bit, the very worst bit, was when the woman from a local Londis came in. She didn't say anything. That look she gave me. It was like she was saying, I knew it. But right, I do think that if they are going to ask that question at a job interview, they surely have to tell you what they're going to do with that information. I feel so sorry for my friend, right? He had to walk around with a badge that said Dave, the 40-year-old virgin. It's just not fair. Guys, you know what? You've been so lovely, right? But I don't know how long I've done, but I've got minutes left. And so I'm going to try some new stuff. Now, you have enjoyed that, so there might be a dip in quality. Okay? Just to let you know, okay? It might happen because I've done those before, but this is like the first time anyone's heard it, and this might be the only time anyone's ever heard it. Right. And you know what? We could all wipe it from our memory if it's so bad. So it's like no one ever heard it. Right, so I'm just going to tell you about, basically I'm trying to improve my confidence and become more of an assertive person, and like, so one way to try that is, so right, anybody who knows me would all say the same thing. They'd say I haven't got enough confidence to carry off a gilet. What is the first thing? They didn't know that before my name. Right. But I started challenging myself, right? So I started wearing a gilet everywhere. My uncle's funeral, right? That put me off a little bit, right? But then I stuck to my guns to the point where, one day I wore it in the bath. With my girlfriend. I'm joking, I've not got a girlfriend. Shock. But, right, no, and this is where it gets weird. So, basically what I tried doing for myself, right, was I thought I'm a bit weird. So I thought I'm going to embrace it, right? I'm good. And what I love Coronation Street. And does anyone like Coronation Street? Thank you so, do not be ashamed. Don't let these people bully you. Be proud. Who's your favourite character?
I've not watched it in a while.
Okay, you're not a fan. Does anyone else like it? Oh God, this is not right. Does anyone know any of the characters?
Yeah.
I used to watch it when I was little.
You used to watch it when you was who was your favourite character when you were little?
Daisy Viola?
She's dead.
Please. Curly, lovely. Who was your favourite character?
David
Well done on Curly. Deirdre is dead. Well done. Nothing to celebrate though. Right. I think that Alex is coming up very unsubtly to let me know my time is up, right? We were going to sing the Coronation Street theme tune. Can we do it really quickly? He looks quite resigned. Right. Do we all know it? The people who do, and I bet that they're like 10, just please do it, guys. Just see how it works. From the top. I've never, right, I tried this once at a gig last week, and the only time, right, and someone sang the McDonald's jingle. I was like, no, nobody's loving it. Right, so, quick, 1, 2, 3, go!